Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Indie Zone. My name is Kathy. We are continuing to evaluate documents on the public record that is available for your viewing if you follow the link that I have in the description to this podcast in the matter styled as State of Idaho versus Brian C. Kohberger. And today I would like to direct your attention to a filing that is docketed and dated the 29th of March, 2023. It is the state of Idaho's response to the defendant's second supplemental request for discovery. If you haven't already, I urge you to review episode 51 of this series where we addressed that second supplemental request for discovery. We noted that what the defense was asking for was listed in an attachment to that discovery request, which is described as Exhibit B. That exhibit has not appeared on the docket as of the date of the filing of this document, dated March 29th, 2023, because there was an order to seal it. So do listen to episode 51 for further details. So now we have the state coming forward and saying we're replying to the second supplemental request for discovery. And what Mr. Thompson, who signed this document on behalf of the state, tells the defense, we have responded to two prior discovery responses that were served by you and responded by us, defense. The first was the initial discovery request of January 23rd, 2022. We don't know, ladies and gentlemen, what was asked for, what was responded to in the first discovery request back in January, because all of that is under seal. The state goes on here to say, we've also provided responses relative to the first supplemental request for discovery. And in a prior episode, you'll note that we discussed that first supplemental request for discovery, that there was an Exhibit A attached thereto that described the documents and things, the evidence Mr. Kohberger was asking for that was not attached. So we don't know what was asked for or what was responded to that first supplemental discovery request. What Mr. Thompson is stating here in response to the second supplemental discovery request is look back at those prior responses as if they were set forth fully herein, meaning look at what we gave you before. We believe that's responsive, that answers the second supplemental discovery request. But there's a caveat here that Mr. Thompson puts and states, the state has and will continue to provide discovery in accordance with Idaho Criminal Rule 16 and applicable law. So what that means in a nutshell is we have a continuing obligation to produce discovery. If the state, let's say, for example, finds a document April 1st, 2023 or November 1st, 2023, that it deems responsive to the second supplemental request for discovery, they recognize, I believe, what he's saying here, their obligations and their duties to produce that to the defense without the defense having to come back and request it again because they've already done so. That will conclude this episode of the Indie Zone. I hope that you will join us again in future.